Welcome to Yoga for Golfers with the Digital Golf Doc. We've got an advanced hip series for you today. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So we'll get one foot out front, one foot back. We're going to get some split squats just to get a little bit of warm up in the legs going. So we're going to pulse up and down 10, maybe 15 times. As muscles get a little bit warmed up, they'll be a lot easier to stretch. Great. Now we're going to switch sides, same thing. Nice smooth movement. Keep the breathing controlled. Holding your breath never does anything good for improving mobility. Perfect. Now we're going to get a little bit wide again here. Toes facing forward. I'm going to drop that back foot. I'm going to go into a warrior two pose. So you're here. We're just going to hang out, and what I want you to slowly do is sink yourself down. Start to feel some stretch under the groin and the hamstring here. And we're going to take it, reach this way, get some length through that back side, and then back up. Reach this way, some length through the back side, and back up. Keep that deep sit down so you're really challenging your hips. We'll do one more of those. Perfect. Now we're going to straighten that front knee. Now we're going to go into a triangle pose. Arms back up. You're going to shift your weight this way, drop a hand down, and come up nice and up and down. I'm going to feel like you're in between two panes of glass running this way, really opening that chest up toward the front of the room, for me toward the camera. We're just going to hold there. Control your breathing, reach a little bit deeper. But again, as you reach deeper, don't collapse. You want to stay nice and strong in this pose. Good, now we can come back up. Let that knee drop down again. We're going to lift off into warrior three pose. So what that's going to look like, you're going to get the hands, feet rotated, arms together, you're going to lift, and then balance on one leg, back leg high, nice strong pose here, control the lower back, maintain that position. Going to feel some wobble and work in your ankle. You should keep your arms overhead. Keep holding that position, keep holding, and drop down. We can spin our feet. We're going to go the other direction. Start with warrior two again. Legs here, arms up. Again, drop down. Let your hips sink. Really feel that stretch through the front and or back leg. So you're up here again. Head's facing toward that front arm. Drop that arm and reach. Extend through the back side. And back up. And extend through again. Now you can drop your arm down, just don't put all your weight onto it. You still want to remain reaching, like you're trying to put that arm through the wall of this direction. Two more. Still controlling our breath. And reach. Good. Now we're going to come back up, straighten that front leg again. Arms up, shift forward, drop down, and we'll be in triangle pose. Deep controlled breaths, really getting that chest open up toward the front wall. You can reach a little bit deeper. Just make sure you maintain your position. Don't collapse down. Stay open. And come back up. We can turn those feet again. We're going to lift off into that warrior three pose. Try and stay nice and balanced. Good control of your core here. Again, you guys keep your arms overhead. I just want to point some things out to you. That low back's in control. The hips are level and even. A little bit of bend in that front knee as you put some stress through it. And keep holding, and hold, and hold, and back down. All right, now we're actually going to go through that series one more time, a little bit more pace. So we'll open the feet up, down in warrior two pose, reach overhead, come back up. We're going to do 5 of these. That's 2. Make sure you guys keep controlling your breathing. 3 and 4 and 5. All the way back up, knee straight, triangle pose. Shift forward, drop down, let your hand drop down your shin. Reach down, feel that stretch, hamstring and groin on the left leg. Breathing, staying in control. Not crumbling over, but tall and strong, spine straight, chest wide open. And back up. Put a little bit of a bend back in that knee. Turn, take off, and that warrior 3 pose. So now we got to work hip stability, hip flexibility, leg strength. Hold, hold, keep holding, and drop down. Twist the legs, we'll go the other direction. Knee bends, start with warrior 2, hold, hands straight ahead, eyes straight ahead, and we'll bend. Back up, and bend. Back up, we're going to do 5 total. That's number 3, number 4, and number 5. Knee straightens out, shift forward, drop down, and hold the stretch. Chest open up, again, big wide open chest. Spine controlled, we're not crumbling over, we're staying strong. Hand sliding down the shin, you can reach a little further. Big deep breath here. We'll come back up. You can put a little bend in that front knee, adjust position if you need some room. We'll take off into that warrior 3 pose, arms overhead. Leg extending back, flat, like you're trying to push into the wall behind you. Core controlled, hips level, eyes straight down, arms overhead. 3, 2, and 1. Great. Now, we're going to drop down to a knee. I'm going to drop my right knee down first. Leg out to the side, hands out in front of me. And I'm going to rock back until I feel a stretch through here. You can hold that, or you can bounce back and forth, whichever one's comfortable for you. Now, what I'm going to do, we're going to take it back to that point of stretch. Now we're going to lift this leg off the mat. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you might start feeling like you're going to cramp a little bit. That's okay. You can come out of the position, stretch it out. We're going to go ahead and rotate to the other side. Hands in front, rock back. Let's get a few rocks first. Get it loosened up, and then we're going to go into the lift again. Okay, now we're back where the stretch is. Hands underneath the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, you can stay here, hold the stretch. Bring your leg in if you need to let the hips loosen up for a second. And we're going to repeat that again. Hands in front, leg out to the side. Rock back. Bring your hands with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Switch to the other side. Get your balance. Shift back. Feel a stretch for a moment. Now bring the hands back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Legs back down. You're getting out of breath. Take a nice deep breath. Catch up. We're going to go into a pretzel breathing position. So we're going to go one leg straight out front here. Not straight. But we're going to have a 90-degree angle and hip and knee. This back leg, 90-degree angle as well. If you got a wall behind you, make sure you have enough room so this knee is facing directly at the wall. Get this arm up. Nice and tall spine. And breathe. Big inhale should expand the rib cage. Just feel a stretch, maybe on the front hip on the outside, maybe on the other hip underneath. Either one is fine. You're going to feel what's most limited. Now, just like the last one, we're actually going to lift this side leg. So, If you need to lean your weight forward a little bit, you can. If you can stay up tall, stay up tall. We're going to lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. That's 5. We're going to do 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now we're going to turn, drop the forearms on the ground, and we're going to hang out here and breathe. 5 or 6 big deep breaths. Now, if you can't get this elbow to the ground, that's okay. Keep working on it, even if you're hanging out here. What'll work best is inhale is going to bring you up. Exhale, reach that elbow toward the ground. An inhale might bring you up, but an exhale, you should reach to the ground. And the more you do these, the more you'll get used to them. I don't think it'll take you more than a few weeks if you watch this video 2 or 3 times a week, and you'll be able to get down there. Then we're going to drop all the way down, arms straight out ahead. You can drop your forehead to the ground. Trying to turn that left shoulder from me into the mat and breathe. Three more big deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. All right. We're going to work your way back up. We're going to switch our legs. We're going to go the opposite direction. So 90-degree in the front leg, 90-degree in the back leg. This knee facing right to the wall. Arm to your side, nice and tall. Again, you might have to be here and really use that arm and rely on it. That's okay. It will get easier. And we're just going to breathe. Inhale, you should feel the rib cages expand out. Exhale, you'll feel them drop down. Usually you're going to feel more of a stretch on the deepest part of your inhale than you are in the exhale. That's normal. It's going to help expand your rib cage, open up your lower back, your upper back, even free up your hips to an extent because everything's kind of connected through here. Okay, so now we're going to lift this leg again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And after those lifts, we're going to turn to the side, forearms to the ground, and 5 deep breaths in this position. Again, if you can't get into the position comfortably yet, that is not a problem, especially if this is your first time watching the video. It's going to a lot of times take 10, 15 times through for everything to loosen up. If you're having particular trouble, leave a comment below the video and I can help get you some extra exercises that'll help you free up this particular movement. Okay, now we're going to drop down, bring our chest and forehead to the mat, and we'll go with another 5 deep breaths. Again, keep the breathing controlled, keep the heart rate controlled. It's great training how to remain calm under pressure. You can control your heart rate when you're exercising and performing yoga. It's going to help you control your heart rate and your breathing on the course. All right, we're going to work our way all the way back up. Now we're going to go into pigeon pose, another one to work on those hips. So it's actually pretty similar. This time we're going to get sideways on the mat here. So I'm going to put my left leg out in front, but I'm going to bring my right leg back. From here, I can let this knee drop down, and I'm going to lean over top of that front leg. Same thing. Here, you're going to feel a natural tendency to roll away back onto the left hip. And I want you to take the right shoulder and forearm and work it toward the ground. If you can get on the ground, rotate enough to feel a stretch, and then breathe into that stretch. I'm sure I don't have to explain how important the hips are in the golf swing. The freer they are, the bigger of a turn you can take, the more power you can generate, the less stress you're going to put on your lower back. Tight hips do not make for friendly golf swings. And worse, it can even end up with injury. All right, we're going to sit up. Let's go and swing the other leg around. Swing that leg back. Rotate here. And we're going to sit into that stretch. Again, no matter what position you're in, it's important that you control your breathing. If you have to hold your breath, face starts turning all red, and you can't control that position, then what's the point in being in it? It's also a dynamic sport. It's not just about getting in a position, it's about being able to control it and being able to produce power and rapid movement from those positions. One more big breath. And you can roll off that hip. And next we're going to work into a hamstring stretch. So, one leg out front, one leg inside here. Tuck it up nice and far up into your hip. This knee straight. We're going to take our hands, big inhale, exhale, reach for those toes, and maintain that stretch. Now, you might only be at your shin, you might be at your knee, whatever position you're at is okay. But what I want you to do is when you're in whatever position you're at, your hands should be even. So I don't want you like this. I want you to square those shoulders around, get the hands even, and be able to stay in that position. So you'll notice I can stay here, I can talk, I can hold this stretch without an overwhelming amount of stress. That's how I want you to feel. If you're reaching way down here but you can't actually stay there, it's not going to be as beneficial. Find a position you can hold and control and hang out there. Okay, well, we'll work back to the other hamstring. First, we're going to bring this leg across. Hand here, opposite arm comes around. Use that elbow underneath for leverage and twist. Chest is going to open up as far as you can. And you should feel, hopefully, a little bit of stretch. Maybe somewhere throughout your lower back or upper back, your hip, or all of the above. Again, you want to get into a position you control and hold it there. Another 2 deep breaths. Last one. Okay, now we can come back forward. We're going to uncross this leg. This is going to be our straight leg. We'll take the other leg, bring it up in your hip through the groin area. Big inhale. Exhale. Brings you down. And again, find the position you can stay in, you can control, and you can maintain. Does us no good to reach so far that we can only stay there for 2 to 3 seconds at a time. You have to be able to get there, but you have to be able to breathe there. Again, that could be your toes, that could be your heel, that could be your shin. Wherever it is, stay there. In the next video, maybe you can work another ½ inch further. And then a week from now, you'll be a ½ inch further than that. So you might be here today, and you might end up down below the bottom of your feet in a few weeks. Just keep working. Okay, now we're going to come up, cross that leg over again. Opposite arm comes up, other arm's back, and twist. And what I want you to notice, so you can look, what you can see well from this angle on me is how much my shoulders have turned. So I've gotten my chest opened up all the way the opposite direction from the camera. My shoulders are almost in a perfect line this way. It's a great thoracic mobility on top of the hip mobility. Again, that's huge for the backswing. Also helps you get rid of force efficiently on the downswing. Another 2 breaths here. All right. Uncross the arms, uncross the legs. We've got about another minute or 2 left. We're going to come into this position, Soles of your feet together, knees drop out. You're going to start by sitting up tall. You can use your elbows to push down on your knees for a little bit of a groin stretch. I'm going to hold here for 3 deep breaths. Last one. And then we're going to go down, grab the base of your feet, the toes of your feet, and we're going to try and lean forward. And 3 more deep breaths. Last deep breath. And relax. All right, that should have your hips feeling very loose and very mobile. If you found a lot of those positions tough, make sure to find your way through this video a handful of times. If you felt like it was completely out of your league, check out some of my other videos and come back to this one in 2-3 months. Great work today, and I'll see you guys next time on Yoga for Golfers.